Honorable viewers, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, Department of English. Today's topic is the canonization by John Donne. So today I am going to discuss summary and also analysis. The Canonization by John Donne was first published in 1633 in Donne's posthumous collection Songs and Sonnets. It is a 5-stanza poem that is separated into sets of 9 lines. The lines rhyme in pattern of A, B, B, A, C, 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 A, A, alternating as the poet saw fit from stanza to stanza. In regards to the matter, Donne was less consistent. There are moments in the text in which he uses Ambach Pentameter. This means that the lines are divided into 5 sets of 2 lines. The first of these is unstressed and the second stressed. There are other times in which Donne uses Ambach Pentameter, meaning the lines contain 4 sets of 2 wastes rather than 5. Finally, a reader should take note of the last line of every stanza. Here, Donne uses Ambach Pentameter, or a line with 3 sets of 2 beats. One of the most important elements of this piece is the use of an extended metaphor known as conceit. This type of metaphor is often unusual and challenging. In the final stanzas, the speaker introduces a metaphor comparing himself and his lover to a phoenix. In this form, they are able to live, die in a blaze of passion, and then live again even more beautifully. This is a double reference in the death can refer to climax in a sexual relationship. Summary of the Canonization. The Canonization by John Donne describes a transcendent love that eventually evolves into the idealized baseline for all other aspiring lovers. The poem begins with the speaker telling our listener that they need to be quiet and let him love. One will soon discover that love is the most important thing to the listener. He values this above all else. The speaker goes on to tell the listener to do anything but bother him about his love. This person could make fun of his quirks, get a job, go to school, or meditate on the face of the king. The speaker goes on to describe, in what sounds like a rant, how his love has not hurt anyone. It has not sunk ships, flooded fleets, frozen out the spring, or given anyone the plague. It is harmless to all except the speaker and his lover, for whom it is deeply beneficial. The speaker compares himself and his lover to a phoenix which lives and dies and lives again. They could get through anything and be remade. He also tells the listener that if they are unable to live as they want to earth, then they happily die. Once they have ascended to heaven, they will become saints of love. Their position might not afford them grand tombs or a place in history, but their story will be told in sonnets and love songs. They will have the ability to look down on earth and see all the lovers praying to them. In conclusion, the speaker states that he knows they will be unhappy with what they see. The lovers on earth will not be loving in the correct way. This will enrage the couple. Now I'm going to discuss analysis of the canonization. Stanza 1. For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me laugh. What sight my place, were my God. My 5 grey hairs are wind fortune plot. With wealth your state, your mind, with arts improve. Take your course, get your place. Observe his honor or his grace. What the king's real or his stamped face. Contemplate what you will approve. So you will let me laugh. In the first line of this piece, the speaker begins by telling an unknown, unnamed listener to be quiet. He expresses a nuance about the interaction he is having with his person and states that the only thing he wants to do is laugh. Something the listener is doing is keeping him from being able to do. He goes on to give them a number of options they should pursue rather than distracting him from his love. First, they could move on to making fun of the speaker's pleasure, or involuntary tremors, or his God. An application uncommon in contemporary society that makes one's joints swell. What the listener might want to direct their attention to the speaker's grey hairs, or take some pleasure from making fun of his lost fortune. Other options the listener might pursue include bettering their own state of affairs. This might mean improving their mind with art or making money of their own. Additionally, this person could get a place or a job or take some kind of class. Another option that might appeal more to the listener is contemplating the face of the king, either in real life or stamped, such as on a coin. The speaker doesn't care what this person does as long as he is left alone to laugh as he will. Stanza 2. Alas, alas, who's injured by my laugh? What merchant ships have my sighs drowned? Who says my tears have overplowed his ground? When did my course as a broad spring remove? When did the hairs which my veins feel? And one more to the plaguey bill. Soldiers find wars, and lawyers find out still. Litigers mean which quarrels move, though she and I do love. In the next stanza, the speaker begins with a rhetorical question regarding his own love and what it's enduring. He knows the answer to be nothing but hopes the poising of the question will remind the listener and inform the reader that there is no reason he should be kept from laughing. The first question is followed with 4 more. He poses possible but unreal scenarios that his love was not involved in. The first of these is the drowning of merchant ships. The second, the overflowing of hand with water. It is clearly outrageous that love would ever cause such disasters as sunken ships and flooded land. Just in case the listener still has misplaced ideas about the speaker's love, he gives 2 more examples. His relationship has not given anyone the plague nor the cold inflicted on his body by his love caused spring to recede early. The world is still turning as it always has. There are soldiers fighting in battles and the lawyers still live for lawsuits. Everything is going on just as it is supposed to while she and the speaker do laugh. Stanza 3. Call us what you will, we are made such by love. Call her one, my another fly. We are tapers too, and at our own cost die. And we in as find the castle and the love. the phoenix riddle hath more weight. By us, we two being on are it. So, to one neutral thing both sexes fit. We die and rise the same and prove mysterious by this love. He tells the listener that they can say anything they want about the love between the two, but it does not bother him. The speaker is confident in who is and how he is living because he is directed by love. It made the couple into who they are. He compares himself and his lover to tapers or candles. The burning of their flame causes their own damage, and he knows it. No matter what the listener thinks of them, they compare themselves to a phoenix. They are not doves or eagles, but something grander and perhaps more magical. The phoenix has more weight, meaning it makes more sense and aptly to their situation. Together they are becoming one creator, one neutral thing, just as the phoenix is said to die and then be reborn. They are able to overcome all obstacles and return to and one another. All because of the masteries of love. Stanza 4. We can die by it, if not live by love. And if unfit for tombs and hairs our legend be, it will be fit for verse. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in sonnets pretty rooms, as well a well-wrought urn becomes the greatest ashes as half-acre tombs. And by these hymns all shall approve as canonized for love. In life proves to be too much of an obstacle for the couple. They are willing to face death. They can die by it if they are unable to live by love. They would rather die than survive in the world without one another. The speaker is setting out a world in which their lives are unfit for traditional remembrance via a tomb or marker. Instead, they will be known through verse or song, just like this on. In the next lines, he states that they might not make their way into a chronicle, likely a reference to a storybook. That's okay with him, thought, as they will end up in a sonnet. This is a much more appropriate place anyway, as it will contain their pretty rooms. They do not fit the description of the great ones who end up in well-wrought urns and in half-acre tombs. Their loves are not so grand. The sonnets they will end up in will allow them exposure to a larger audience. This way their story will be heard by many and perhaps finally accepted. The couple will become so popular they will be canonized or made into saints for love. From them on out, anyone who needs help in love will pray to them. Stanza 5. And thus invoke us, you whom reverent love made on another's hermitage, you to whom love was peace that now is grace, who did the whole all soul contract and drove into the classes of your eyes, so made such mirrors and such space, that they did all you to epitomize. Countries, towns, courts, big from above a pattern of your love. The fifth stanza solidifies this future position of the lovers as saints of love. Donne's seeker turns again to the listener and tells them that everyone will invoke the saints. When they do this, The audience will speak on the hermitage the lovers created. It will be a place of safety for any love. Now that the lovers in this fantasy created by the speaker are in heaven, they are able to look down on earth. They hear prayers for and from everyone. All is not as they would have it though. The love shared amongst the people of earth is incorrect. Their pattern of love is not the ideal one. The love that one gave them pleasure on earth has turned into dries in heaven. The couple is upset by the fact that everyone on earth seems unable to live up to their standard. So that's all about the canonization, summary and analysis. For the timing, thanks for your patience here.